I could just cut a hole in it, but I think if we do the mold in and mold it into that, I think it's going to look a lot better at the end of the day. So let me bring you guys in. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I got going on, and then we're going to start cutting. Like this right here. Just again, right there at the top, and kind of nose it out. It's going to be a little bit of work because we're going to have to recreate that on that little blue panel that goes here, and even a little bit of the cowl. But I think all together it's going to turn out quite well. So I'm going to cut that, and I'll bring you guys back when we go and put it on the hood. You know, a guy gets a little nervous when literally the only panel on this entire truck, the hood, needed almost no work whatsoever, and now we're going to physically alter that one panel. Kind of, you know, makes you question what you're doing, but for the greater good of this truck, it needs to happen. So let me put my spectacles on and let's get slicing. Now, this is by no means a throwaway panel because we're going to need it to basically kind of come up like this, but we'll round out those edges. We might even have to shorten this, go around the perimeter and knock off a centimeter or quarter inch, something like that. But the hood should now fit, allegedly. So let's go see if it does. And that needs to be dollied out because now it's bent. Just the throttle linkage. So we're just going to disconnect the throttle linkage for now because I'll likely just remap that somewhere else. Let me do that real quick and we'll come right back when I fix those two things. Attempt number 2. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, that's much better. Just that bottom corner needs to be massaged in just a little bit on the truck side. But overall, that's not that bad at all. actually quite strong. It's sitting here under its own strength, I guess you could say, because it has, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it has like 25 tacks on it. So is it strong enough for that? I don't think so, but it's strong enough for that if it's being supported with this. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do now is tack that guy on to here and then put that underneath and stuff and kind of square that up to, let's say, maybe the tires or something that's basically the same on both sides. Square that guy up to that, and yeah, we'll go about it that way. So let's tack weld that onto our hood. Might not get it exactly right the first time. We might have to just tweak it a little bit, but once we kind of get it rough tacked on, then we can kind of move it here and there. I'm going to try to do a tack in the center first, or 2 very close to center. That way I can kind of move it back and forth if need be. So bear with me, but let's try to tack this guy onto our hood. It's looking a little thick, not gonna lie. Got a lot of tire poke on that, but that's okay. We'll fix that later on. So overall, it didn't turn out too bad. The hood went on super easy, tell you the honest truth, once we cut that section out. But if we come back, you can kind of notice that side right there is twisted in a little bit. There's not a lot we can do about that right now. But when we start adding bracing in, all what we have to do is just tweak this out a little bit and it will be perfect. Because I measured off that bottom to there and then measured off basically my headlight bucket and headlight bucket to my middle A-arm control member attachment point type deal. And it's a little skewed, but we'll take that out when we add our big bracing and everything. We plan on doing a flip hood, so if the truck's facing that way, the hood will flip like this. So all of it's gonna be one piece on the front anyway. So what I think the next plan for this is gonna be, I think what we're gonna do is make our superstructure for our tilt front end, and we should be able to make it tiltable without the fenders on at all. That way we can square up our front, get that basically the way it's going to be, and then we can work on putting our fenders onto the tilt front end from there on in. I think that's a better idea than building the fenders first and then all that stuff, because right now I can even get in here to add hinge structure and a whole bunch of stuff. So I think that's the best course of action.